On Earth Day, typically, we celebrate Mother Earth and nature, maybe animals or something like that. But one Koch-backed think tank says that instead, we should celebrate fossil fuels. Yes, they've been left out for too long. And so this Independence Institute put out this email saying, enviros, these are environmentalists, celebrate by planting trees, but they never celebrate the trucks that deliver the trees, or the gas that powers that truck, or the plastic handles of the shovels they use. Well, perhaps they use wooden handles. Have you considered that? But yeah, they're not thinking about the fact that they have to drive to that place. Now, some of them might be driving electric vehicles. We should acknowledge that. They also go on to say, this is Amy Cook, Executive VP and Director, says fossil fuels seem to get left out of the Earth Day celebration. As an energy feminist, pro-choice in energy sources, I feel it's important to have hydrocarbons equally represented.
What does energy feminist mean? I don't understand what energy.
You know what it means? It means middle finger to you, you lib. That's all that it means.
It means that I'm gonna try to trick you by using, I don't know, some liberal terminology.
It's clever.
But no, it's not clever at all.
It's a little clever.
No, if anything, I feel like conservatives who are inclined to be in favor of the type of messaging she's trying to sneak by would hear the word feminist and they'd be like, where, feminist, No.
How many times can a head explode?
Maybe she's actually working in our favor. Maybe because of this, all of a sudden conservatives will be like, we're against fossil fuels. They're tied to feminists. We hate feminists. So let's anyway. But this is absurd. We've been celebrating fossil fuels ever since not Americans, but humans discovered fossil fuels. Like fossil fuels continue to dominate our energy source, or continue to be used as our dominant energy source. So she's insane. But anyway,
she's got a little bit more of that framing, saying people and organizations support us because of the work we do, including being energy agnostic. So there, you atheists might also like fossil fuels.
Conservatives, where?
We encourage innovation instead of over-regulation. It's actually kind of liberating because we aren't boxed in by an either-or cynical choice paradigm. So that is freeing.
This is her terminology. I see what you're saying, Anna, and I accept your explanation.
Well, thank you.
But it's one of those things where they think they're so used to talking to conservatives, or at least this particular block of conservatives that will listen to whatever they're saying. They say, we'll throw some terminology and we'll bring in a couple of these enviros in that will listen to us now. All we need is terms that they like and they'll like us. There's a second level of thinking that they don't think that anybody else has, that many, I guess, liberals, progressives have, that they go, as long as we hit them with enough terms, she thinks she's being smart, they're gonna be like, oh, she said atheists or agnostics. Yes, you're all on board, but it's, again, you're too dumb to realize that people don't just think to that small, very thin level of intelligence. Number two, I mentioned the enviros. I'm sorry, this is my speculation. You know how they start on folks, I think Karl Rove's the factions of the party were said the Democrat Party, because it sounds like a rat. I feel like enviros is, you want to call them viruses almost.
Yeah, it does sound like virus. Yeah,
it's a negative tone.
We'll track if that
term
comes up more often. There's one other aspect of this I want to get to though, because as I said, this is a Koch-backed group. It's not exclusively funded by the Koch brothers, but they've given over $100,000 to this think tank. And a lot of people say that people who deny climate change are being short-sighted. They're not planning ahead. Think about what will happen to the Earth. But it turns out it's not true, because the Koch brothers actually have funded other groups who are looking ahead to the effects of climate change. So they had an exhibition. The message of the exhibition, funded by one of the Koch brothers, was that the human race had evolved to be better in response to previous environmental challenges and would adapt in the face of climate change too. An interactive game suggested that if the climate on Earth became intolerable, people might build underground cities and develop short, compact bodies or curved spines so that moving around in tight spaces will be no problem. So they're planning ahead, man. They're planning for you to become a mole man and live underground and burrow.
Is this a joke, or did this really?
That actually happened. It was in a book from 2016.
I'm gonna say it now in case it happens. Whatever Onion article this originated from, we
kept checking. If it's fake news, it is very cleverly disguised fake news. It was published on Think Progress.
As we have this right over our heads.
Underground cities. Underground cities. Climate change is great.
Cool. Yeah, exactly.
Underground cities, fun.
Yeah. Oh, look at that girl and her short curved spine. Oh my God. I like curves in spines.
The real resistance is fighting against Trump and the establishment. Help us get investigative reporters that are going to investigate both of them. TYTnetwork.com/go.